It is another episode of Woody's Roundup podcast, where today's episode, we talk about Disney Plus and our reviews. We're going to mention The Mandalorian and how well that went down, as well as a few tidbits about Mickey's very merry Christmas party. Hey, Woody.
Hello. How are you?
I'm great.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
Who's the smartest Disney character? Gaston. He won the Nobel Prize.
Oh, gosh.
Hey, first of all, before we get too far into this episode, just like Disney Plus, a few of us tend to have technical difficulties when doing something. So want to apologize for the first couple episodes if you listen to them and one of us sounded like we were in the other room.
Me.
That is not intentional, okay? So our sound engineer, the new one, now has gone through and remixed all the old episodes. And if you listen to them and you're like, man, that sounds weird, you can re-download them. Or if you listen to it and it sounded good to you, then don't do anything different. Just keep listening to the new ones. So that's my little
Thanks for that.
Technical
You
disclaimer.
fixed us.
I fixed us. Sorry. Yeah. I got it. All good now.
So let's talk about Disney Plus. Let's start things off with a bang.
Okay.
I am pleasantly surprised. I awoke to all of our TVs being ready to go, logged in. Disney Plus was there.
What a nice thief that came in our house and did that.
And what a nice guy.
Wow. Man.
You were up early, huh?
I did. I very rarely get new technology normally doesn't make me deviate from my daily plan, but this did. I actually woke up early. I wanted to test it before everybody woke up, right? I mean, before like the East Coast was going to hit the service, because I had a feeling. I just had a feeling. I was like, man, they're going to get bombarded today, and good thing I did. But yeah, I went around, installed the app on all the televisions, on the phones, logged in, set up your profile with your profile picture, and I took a quick, I would say about 45 minutes, going through the lineup of what was on there. I know we're going to talk about it in a second, but I was blown away by like the cartoons. One, that I forgot about. Two, that I was like, they are serious about this. This means they are, they're not playing. When they are pulling everything from the vault on this. So
I love it.
I too was pleasantly surprised.
I love it. So there were some hiccups. I know for me, what was it like? I think I was up and at it on my Disney Plus day, which it was so cute. Woody said happy Disney Plus day when I woke up.
And it was perfect too. It was rainy. It was
overcast. It was a good day. It was cold outside. But yeah, so a couple things I got caught in like loading loops where I would click on, an option or a title and it would just sort of give me that gorgeous little pixel, kind of wheel. But hey, I wasn't upset. Believe it or not, I was like, it's Disney, it's fine, it's gonna be fine. And it was fine. It was okay. I couldn't access a couple different things, and then when you would get to a main screen, sort of if you chose movies or if you chose series, I would only get maybe the first 12 or 18, and then it would be just like little blank squares, like something was coming. So if you would go, for example, to like A to Z, so series A to Z, it would really only give me up to C.
Yeah, it was like it was loading half of the things.
Yeah.
And then you would go, like, for one, Tangled the series, like season 2 would pop up, season 1 wouldn't show up, and you knew that season 1, you just saw it like 5 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, but the funny part was that I had it on my TV in my home office, and I accessed everything fine, right? And then I went downstairs, installed it on that one like a few minutes later. And then that one had quite a few hiccups. Then came upstairs to yours, and yours worked fine. And then about 30 minutes later, it started. So I think it was just the East Coast waking up and everybody just hitting the server. And to talk about that, Disney released a statement. It far exceeded our expectations, the demand for the first day. So, how many subscribers, Laura, do you think subscribe to Disney Plus on the first day?
2 million.
Aha. 10 million
Whoa.
subscribers. So but here's the thing. Their comment, it far exceeded our expectations. Okay. Okay. All right. I love you, Disney. But this is from the same company that can track you anywhere in the park you are and take pictures of you on a ride and you not know that they even know you're on the ride. And then they text you those pictures a few seconds later. So I have a hard time believing they didn't know that, everybody would want this service. But you know what? I like you said, you knew they were going to work it out. You knew by the end of the day it was going to be fine, or tomorrow it would all level out.
Oh,
So,
yeah. Seamless now, and we love it. So
it's been wonderful.
So I've been watching, if you want to know.
Yeah.
Although you can access my watch list anytime you want.
We basically have the same watch list, though.
I don't know. The other day, things were drastically different as upstairs and downstairs. But
You were watching Fancy Nancy, and I was watching Tailspin. That was about the biggest difference.
I love Fancy Nancy. And yes, I'm almost 40 years old. But no, I like her little French. I like that she is, she's merci beaucoup.
It's
I just
cute.
love it. So, I've been watching Tangled, the series, and let me tell you, I'm a Disney princess fan. I'm that girly girl. I'm just gonna give it to you. But I'll tell you this, pleasantly surprised because you said it when it was on Disney TV.
XD. I
Okay.
think it was on Disney XD, I think.
We didn't watch it.
No, we DVR'd it, and just with DVR, everybody knows, it sounds extremely lazy. I get it. But, when you DVR something, we've had other shows where we're like, oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, DVR it. And weeks go by because a new episode comes out every week.
Yeah.
You lose track. You have something going on that night. Then you skip through the commercials, and it has this weird feeling. And it just kind of drifted away. But, luckily, you rediscovered.
Yes. I love that show. And I made Woody sit down and watch Pascal's Beginning. Just me.
I'm going to be honest with you.
That little thing.
That little thing, if you haven't seen this series, you should watch it for one, because it's hilarious and it's the same voices that were in the movie.
Oh, yeah.
But two, just the writing in it is really good.
Brilliant.
And the animation is, I love that style of animation. I love 2D, and that is 2D. You know,
Yes.
it's just a different type. But, that was a great episode. It just reminds you of Disney. Y'all know how to make me
Disney.
cry.
And you just love Pascal.
Yeah, it is an awesome episode.
I've also been watching DuckTales. And just to hear the intro,
Oh,
just to hear Scrooge talk.
Do it. Do the voice.
Oh, God, I can't.
Do the voice.
Scrooge McDuck, and it's fantastic. But anyway.
Oh, wait. She's got one more. We're going to talk about this, but all right, so she makes candles and soaps as well. She'll go through batches and she'll make that in the kitchen, all while having 99% of the time she has something Disney on in the background. This was even before Disney Plus. So I was like, all right, what can we put on that won't distract you? That took us 30 minutes. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, well, no, I kind of okay. Finally, she halfway set. I had to get work done, so I was like, we halfway settled on Brave. Okay.
Yeah.
Me knowing though that
because I love the music.
she's
of
gonna
Brave.
end up getting distracted, but I was just like, okay, we've looked through 30 minutes of material, and okay, do the Brave.
You're a bear. Well, do. Oh, it's so good.
She does it all the time.
I
Okay,
love it.
sorry.
Mom,
Okay.
you're a real bear. No,
So
it's
good.
you
Okay.
just gotta love Merida.
You did great.
No, so
Okay.
really presently on my watch list is also Gummy Bears. Let me tell you, I'm so excited.
What a wonderful cartoon.
And you did not watch that as a kid.
I did not. In my head, I know I'm going to get slammed for this. I was mistaking gummy bears and Care Bears. I know, horrible. It's a sin. And then so you said gummy bear, and then we started. I was like, well, hold up, this is not what I thought it was. I thought it was going to be like a rainbow shooting from one of them's stomach. No, that's not it. But this was like, I loved it. Like, and it was in the 80s, and it instantly gave me an idea. Like, not go from commercial video person to Disney director, but if there was ever a cartoon where you could go in and make a combination live action CGI mix, right, movie,
Yep.
that would be the perfect epic / family friendly adventure series there ever was.
Save that, because I
Yeah.
feel like we could do a podcast.
That's a whole nother episode.
Because let me tell you this, folks. Woody has casted it already.
Yep. I've got everything down to who I would even have write the score for it.
Oh, yes.
It is like
We'll do an episode. We'll do an episode. But so what are you watching? So what's on your current list?
Oh, well, all right. So when it first started, I went through like instant nostalgia, right? Like I hit Tailspin, The New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. Like that intro, like I almost had to pause it because it takes you a second. Like it's like, oh my gosh, Saturday mornings.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
Bonkers.
Oh boy, is that one?
Bonkers. Mighty Ducks the cartoon. What else did I actually? Well, we're gonna get to the Big Show in a second.
Yes.
The Big Show in a second. Okay, but like I went through basically all of the gold '90s animated cartoons.
Yeah.
And have at least watched the first episode.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, and just the best one off the top of my head was Tailspin. Like that one, I automatically was just like, oh, this is awesome. And then really the fact that one, like we said, they have Bonkers on there. Okay, which is
Bonkers.
Not a lot of people have heard about it. And the Mighty Ducks cartoon. You remember that? Which
vaguely, but then as soon as I heard you hit play and then heard the beginning, I was like, yep. I can remember probably, though, knowing myself, just sort of heard it, maybe was in the other room and then ended up coming back to the TV and then switching the channel.
Yeah.
Because I probably wouldn't have watched it. But
yeah, it's like that to me showed like Disney is serious. Like they really meant what they said. And we called it earlier. I was wondering if they would do it, but they absolutely put the sequels on there that I love, that a lot of people hate on. I love them. And they even have the Little Mermaid like animated series. It was like 3 seasons long. And so like they really did reach back and put everything on there, which we were hoping they would.
Yeah.
And even if you had an idea like Disney's going to put everything, when you see it all, like there's no way to be disappointed in what they're giving you for $6.99 a month. There's no way.
You're right.
Like, and if you have not signed up for it, like, my gosh, go get your 7-day trial or whatever it is. And it, like, honestly, like for value, it is an unbelievable, especially if you enjoy family entertainment, like really like you can cut it on and walk away from the TV and not worry if your kids are seeing something that you really don't want them to see or whatever, or a commercial come on and, like this is like like it really is like, it's a great home for all those movies. And another thing, I read a report where people were like hacking into the Disney app. Well, I mean, not hacking, but like looking at the code, right? Like you can do it. But like they were seeing expiration dates by some of the movies, right? What they thought were expiration dates. And so they were seeing like Princess and the Frog, for example. They saw like 11/25/2019. Of course, everybody's like, what? You only give us like a week to watch this? What? And no, Disney's like, no, listen, unless they change this is what they were saying about that. They were saying that, no, this is the permanent home of all of our movies. Oh. We are not rotating content. We are not, like this is our permanent home.
I love that.
So I hope they stick to that. I really do, because there's just, for example, just like us watching The New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh again, how likely would we have been to go out and buy the Blu-ray or even buy the series on Apple TV.
0%.
Zero. We'd love to see it, and we'd probably watch the intro on YouTube. But in the end, it's like, will we spend money for that? Probably not. However, by you having a home for it with all this other content, guess what shows people are going to go and just binge now? Shows they haven't seen in 20 years that Disney's been sitting on. It's just, again, like, I know we're not getting any kickbacks at all, believe me, but it's just a wonderful service, and it far exceeded my expectations as well.
Yeah, I completely agree. And I think too, it's only going to help merchandise. It's only going to help their parks. It's only going to help attractions that may have not seen the crowds, but now looking at all this content, people are going to access parts of them, and they're just going to renew sort of character love, renew, familiarities that we all have. And we're the age group, honestly, that I think will get the most out of Disney Plus. And I don't care who wants to argue with me over that. But
I agree, because I feel like there is just, that's why this is a non-Disney property. But one of the reasons I think Stranger Things has been so popular is because, yes, it's a great story and it's a great series, but it also resonates with people our age and a little bit older for something that is 80s, 90s, something like that type of entertainment. So I feel like we are searching. I've told you this before. People are searching for those feel-good memories.
Yeah.
Right? They are searching for something that brings them to an instant when life was not chaotic. There were no bills. It's just a different time. And I think like we're at that age now where we're seeing a lot change. A lot. Like we're witnessing just every aspect of the world change. And so we're looking for that one thing that could take us back to a Saturday morning. And sure enough, you put on the New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, and you tell me if everything else just doesn't just drift away for a second, So it is well worth the $6.99 a month, in my opinion.
Yes. So how about we take a step back and let's talk about the episode that we just watched. Rushed up here, said we're going to do a whole episode.
Yeah, got to talk about it. Got to talk. Go.
Not a whole episode. We won't do that to y'all, but The Mandalorian.
All right, I'm going to say this. Okay. The Mandalorian, I'm not the first to say this, by the way. I don't take credit for it. Is probably the best thing to happen to Star Wars since like the original trilogy. Or okay, maybe not even that drastic. Since like the shows, the Clone Wars, the cartoons, since those were made. And I mean that because while the prequels were good, they got a lot of hate, right? And The Force Awakens, I liked it. Great movie. Last Jedi, I don't know why it gets the hate it does. I enjoyed it. But like The Mandalorian, like I'm excited for that. Like I'm excited now. And I think because it just takes a second. It's not this, well, we don't know yet, but it's not this, the end of the galaxy type of threat right now. It is like we're getting to know characters. We're going to be with them for a couple of episodes. And I think it's the best thing to happen to Star Wars. I think it's going to give it the shot it needs. So
growing up, I can remember my dad owning the VHS tapes. I'm pretty sure he would watch one more than the other. And I'm trying to think of the one right off the top of my head.
Probably The Empire Strikes Back. It's probably that one. That's the one.
Now, so tell me The Empire Strikes Back. What's a scene in that?
Oh, that's the middle movie. That's the biggest.
Is that Yoda?
Yeah, that's Yoda, baby. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Yeah. So this is what's funny about Woody and I. It's because I'm relatively new to the Star Wars game, other than, yes, I remember them growing up and I remember maybe watching them a couple times. Definitely remember, the untouched versions. What was it like this time where I read it a lot about it. It's like where they went in and redid some things.
Yeah, the original and then the special edition.
Okay.
And then he just can't quit playing around. Well, he can now because he doesn't own it anymore. But you know
So-
what though? Like for the longest time, I was like, George, you need to let it go. But honestly, if I had the money he did and I owned like the most popular franchises in the world, I'd always want to go back in there and be like, oh man, okay, that person's hair was out of place in that scene. Let me fix it if I could, you know?
Yeah.
So like, yeah, maybe you shouldn't, but you can't hate on him too much for it.
So I remember you and I a couple years ago watching it, and you literally could tell me, okay, all right, coming up here, this is new. And this guy, this CG monster, he's new. And
Jabba's tail, that wasn't there originally.
and it was like watching pop-up video
Yeah.
with you. But
It's hard watching a movie.
But as someone who appreciates just quality, I appreciate, like, this is an example, off topic a little bit, but like The Walking Dead. I recognize the good seasons and then I recognize the kind of subpar.
You mean from season 5 to whatever's on right
Yeah.
now? Okay.
Yeah, we haven't even finished it. One of those things we DVR, lose interest. But I think for me, when I watched it, I instantly was like, okay, this guy's cool. I like him. I like his vibe, and then I think I asked you, is that Boba Fett? And you just looked at me and you said, no.
All right, here's the thing. I am not a Star Wars historian.
Hey, but I'm just proud I even knew the
Yeah.
dude's name, but
Well,
I know it's
don't
not
know
him.
who
but-
who knows though. Honestly, I think that's the part ever since like the prequels, right? Like I don't know a whole lot. I really don't on the new things. On anything like I read reviews, but other than that, like, it's all new to me. So like for this show, I really don't know what time it takes place. I don't know. I think it takes place after the original trilogy, before Force Awakens, but I don't know. I don't want to spoil anything, and I might be totally off. And you feel free to just let me know. But I think that's why I like it so much. I don't know a lot, like I'm discovering stuff. Like I don't know a lot about this character because I didn't read, a bunch of forums about it. Like I don't. Well, what are they going? Who is he hunting? Like
Right.
who is he? Is he Boba or is he another Mandalorian? Are we looking at the origin story? Or I don't know. Whatever. But all I know is that I love that they are taking their time. Like it was enough action in this, but it was also just I'm enjoying the journey, I guess. And I feel like the last couple of movies have been just so much. Like they're trying to cram so much in there. Like we've talked about cartoons that are made now that they there's 50 cutscenes in a couple seconds and you just like are overwhelmed,
Right.
But like this is like it made me think of like an old Western, like an old John Wayne or an old spaghetti Western movie with Clint Eastwood. It was like, yeah, this is cool. And they're taking their time, which I love.
What does the word spaghetti mean in
It's
a Western?
Spaghetti, if from spaghetti Western, it was like and it was like they were making Westerns in Italy back in the day. And like it was an Italian director who kind of brought that style to America. Because at the time, like there was the John Wayne Western in America and the, Howdy Part, and that type. And then all of a sudden, you have this Italian director bringing over that style. And it was just, it's just like a, style to it, I think.
Okay.
Again, could be wrong. And let me know
I
on
was just
Instagram.
thinking you would sit down and eat spaghetti and watch a Western.
I have done that before too. So that could be. Yeah.
So what I think for me, the first scene, and if you haven't seen The Mandalorian first episode, stop, pause,
Yeah.
spoiler alert.
Pause right now, go watch it, then come back.
Yeah. So the whole scene where they're in that bar in the original, opener is dark.
Well, yeah, it's
I think-
kind of funny when the door closes.
Oh, well, I was like, okay, this is not for
Okay,
kids.
okay.
All right.
But you still didn't see any blood.
No.
You still didn't see anything. I just loved it. I
that
love the
changed
tone.
it though for me. I was like, okay, this is going to be, all right, I'm buckling up. I'm
Now-
on the ride.
Now, remember, we watched the Clone Wars, the cartoon.
I
And-
love the Clone Wars.
And that actually had a little dark feel to it. You remember like some of the clones and some of the battle scenes, like we were both saying like, oh wow, that was, I mean, we appreciated it that it was a mature show, but still didn't take it too far. But like, yeah, when you saw the door close on this dude, like it was like, okay,
Okay.
I'm ready. All right, hit me. It is
What'd you say? No, you did. You were sitting there on the couch. You're like, okay, John.
okay, John. Okay. I love John Favreau. Like he, like right, he just is. He's firing on all cylinders. He's all over the place. But I just love it. I don't know what else to say about it other than you got to watch it. You really don't even have to you don't have to know anything. Don't think, because I don't know a whole lot. I might sound like I know enough about Star Wars or Star Trek, but honestly, you don't have to know a lot. It's just cool. Watch it, and they're taking you on a journey, and it's a journey that I cannot wait. And while I want to binge it, right?
Oh, yeah.
While I want to binge it, I almost appreciate that I can't. You know, because now it's because we've done this before, especially with a show like Stranger Things, where it was like click, automatic click, and then it's 8:00 in the morning. We've been
Up all night.
But like this is like, it almost gives you a second to take a breath and be like, oh, that was awesome, instead of just forgetting about the first episode right away.
Did you get some of the Easter eggs? Did you see some of the little throwbacks to the original?
Yeah, they have some characters in there. So from the original, if you got to look for like a split second, they've got some in cages and one.
Oh, he's on the spit.
One on a little cooker. But there are some things in there that's like, oh, okay, this is neat. Yeah. So I can't wait to see where it goes. And the cameos in it, like some of the actors and the voices are like, what? And that, like, to me, this is why I feel like this is the best thing to happen to Star Wars. Because one, George Lucas always talked about a live action TV show for the longest time. And just, even 5-10 years ago, you can never really convincingly bring Star Wars to TV. Like Star Trek is different because it usually takes place in the bridge that you can build, and there's not a lot outside of that, right? Star Wars is different. Star Wars is about traveling galaxy to galaxy, whatever, planet to planet, everything, like characters, aliens everywhere. Like, so it's it's different for TV. But to see this is like, man, okay, we've arrived at that time where no longer is there a line between, movie and TV. Like we're now in a time where Disney literally put just as much money in a TV series streaming than they would, a movie. So I can't wait to see where it goes. And I appreciate that they're putting that much quality and talent into it. And I really think if they continue to do shows like this, if like the Obi-Wan show is going to be like this, I mean, yeah, y'all can sit the movies out for a while. Because like this will really build that new universe for me more so than a movie every year where I've got to know exactly what's happening. Like The Mandalorian, the pace of it is just enough.
Right.
Like you agree, right? I mean, wouldn't you agree from like a standpoint of like, I don't want to be bombarded by, it's like we were making fun of, like I made fun of a little bit when we were in Galaxy's Edge, the names of the foods and everything.
Yeah.
We're like, I love it. And I love being immersed into the world, but as like a semi-casual, semi-hardcore fan, it was almost like, listen, I just tell me it's sausage and eggs. I don't need, I'm good, and like, so like this show really for me is, it's just it's good. It's just like that line.
Didn't that cast member tell you had so many credits you owed him?
I didn't know what he was saying. I was like, I got what? Like, and I feel, trust me, I feel stupid because these people are dedicated to this and they're doing awesome. For me being just the impatient, like I was like, what? I've got 20, what? It's 20 what? I don't know what that is. Is that money?
I have a credit? I didn't know how to
I don't
credit.
want to use my credit card. I want to use my debit card. So for me, it's just like, I just don't need that total, immersion. But that's a whole nother episode.
I'm pleasantly surprised with The Mandalorian because I was recently let down by the new Dark Crystal.
Ooh.
And I'll tell you, this is off a little bit, but again, Netflix, we just recently watched the Dark Crystal series, and actually I don't think
Age of Resistance.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, I'm still Jim Henson has my heart like Walt Disney has it. And I live for puppets and the puppeteering. And there was even that one show on a while ago. Remember, it was like they were like trying to get hired on at the Jim Henson Company.
Yes, it was on Sci-Fi for like half a season or something.
I wish it was.
Creature Shop?
Yes,
something like
Jim
that, yeah.
Henson's Creature Shop. That's it. And I remember we were watching that and it was just awesome. But the Dark Crystal is one of those things where it's like, okay, if you're going to go back, if you're going to touch it, it's got to be great. It's just got to be great. And I think with every episode, I keep wanting it to be, you know, and I'm getting the little Easter eggs. I'm getting why, you know, the emperor has the metal beak. I'm getting why, you know, all of these things. I like the you know, the scientist and how he lost his eye. And, you know, it's like, oh, this is great. They're giving us all of this. But on top of that, they're giving you so much weight. And you know how it all ends, you know, because it's a prequel. It's not even.
See, all right, so here's my opinion, and this, don't let it turn to a rant. Feel free to cut me off. I think this is why Solo possibly didn't perform that well either. Is because I don't know that Dark Crystal's getting bad reviews. I don't give it a bad review. I love it. The amount of work that went into that show is mind blowing.
Oh yeah.
The puppeteering, every special effects, everything is amazing. But what I'm saying is, I think people say they want to know, you know, how somebody turned the way they did or whatever. But in the end, we don't need to know. Like, honestly, I think, and the prequels exist, Star Wars prequels. Everybody knows this. I could have done without knowing Anakin's journey.
Yeah.
I would have rather, like, and so I feel like Solo is the same thing. We know Han, like we know Chewie as they are. Let our imaginations kind of fill in the journey up until that point. And I feel like that's why some of these prequels, they want to go back and they want to fill it in. They've got this backstory, but in the end, I don't need to know why, you know, why Goofy is Goofy. I know Goofy and I'm good, but my backstory, you're just not going to make everybody happy, you know? So I feel like that's why I do feel like that's why Disney now, after re-listening to our other episode about why they chose a different planet for Galaxy's Edge, I see that now. I see like they are pushing it forward. They want you to explore. They want you to, you know, go on your own journey, and they don't want to be tied to history so much, you know, because it really does limit them for what they do. So I see your, you know.
Don't get me wrong. You know, I appreciate it. I love that it's puppets. I think that's the big pull for me, because in The Mandalorian, when he's riding that sort of fish-faced dinosaur, I forget what it is, a blurb. Is that it?
Close enough.
Looks like a giant carp.
It looks great.
I'm telling you.
I still can't believe it's a TV show.
Yeah, and that's not a puppet. And I kept having to say, that's CG, you know?
It's unbelievable. And it's
his eyeball, or her, I guess, right? Cause
yeah,
it's
her, because spoiler alert, because
Yeah.
the males die during mating,
Oh
apparently.
my gosh.
They get eaten.
I love that part, and I think I love that part because it's that lighthearted
Yes.
sandwich, you know, like
Yep.
I
the
live for
bounty
the
droid?
cream. I live for the cream.
The,
Right? The small parts in there where you see the heart of the warrior. You know, you see him, you know, kind of hoarse whisper to the carp blurb.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, you know, that for me, that's the most exciting thing, is to see beginning. Okay, whoa, buckle up. This is going to be one of those, to the sandwich in the middle. And then at the end, we love the end with the intro to the droid sidekick /
Yeah, I just think, again, you didn't have to be a diehard Star Wars fan to appreciate this show. You know, like really, anybody could have sat down.
Oh yeah,
and
that's me.
If they're
That's
remotely
me.
into sci-fi or just whatever, and totally got this. And that's what, so far, episode 1, I really appreciate that. It's like, man, this is nice. I really don't have to come in having read the Star Wars, you know, Mandalorian history book, you know?
Surprising though. I'm surprised you didn't come to the table with that.
It's up in the attic. I'm gonna go get it.
He, just saying, y'all, he has the most vault mind, and he pulls it out at the most random of times, and I'm like,
It's a curse, really. It's
he never forgets.
I don't forget anything.
Anything.
It's a curse. Yeah. It's a blessing and a curse. I'm not gonna complain. But in review for Mandalorian, I can't really give it a proper review because I thought it was awesome. I thought
So out of 10, you give it
just
a.
give it 11. Just go watch it. Just go cut. What are you doing listening to a podcast right now if you haven't seen the
Hey,
Mandalorian?
whoa!
Just
We
go
want them.
watch the Mandalorian, then come back and then tell me what I mispronounced and everything. But no, it's wonderful. I think it's just and I feel like it will give. Not that Star Wars needs a boost by any means, but I really feel like it will give them the shot. That's the type of universe building this new Disney Star Wars needs, like that, And I'm excited. I'm excited to see where it goes. I hope episode 2 lives up to episode 1. It's been renewed for a second season, so it must be fairly good.
Yeah, and I've seen some reviews of episode 2 and 3 that people are already saying it gets better, and then even people who gave it a bad review based on episode 1 are now coming back and saying,
I don't even know how you could give it a bad review.
I retract
I really
it.
don't.
Somebody said it was dusty.
I see that to me
and I'm going, what does that mean?
That's why I don't mean to like discredit even us for reviewing stuff. That's why you honestly can't listen to reviews, because if you listen to Rotten Tomatoes about half the movies out there, you'll never go see them. And then it's like this, like I really honestly, from a Star Wars / $6.99 streaming app, like how could you possibly find anything negative about this show? Like really, like it's like you really can't. So those reviewers out there.
Who are they?
Who are they?
So we love Disney Plus. We also, well, I guess I can say not really we, but me, I have a whole new appreciation for the movie Inside Out. And I'm going to end it on that.
Because you watched that.
I watched it again. Yeah. I watched it again. And I think the first time I was like, this is neat. This time I'm like blown away at that movie. I could do a whole episode on Inside Out, but I won't. So rounding up our podcast, I think it's about that time, just to say some good things about reviews as we're on that. Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party is getting really good reviews, Woody. We haven't been.
The one time we went for Thanksgiving, we missed the party. Was like the night we were leaving or something,
or the week, or the week after.
It was something, and we were really sad we missed it because we're huge fans of Not So Scary, and do not think that we hate it because of my review for this year. It was just an insane crowd size. I agree. Like these parties, like you're gonna be. You have to remember, and I've kind of settled down from it. You have to remember that everybody just wants to enjoy this. So it's going to be a lot of people there.
That's right.
And so, yes, we absolutely would do a very merry Christmas party.
We looked into sort of what this year's great
what are some of the things, because we've never been. So what have you found? Here's
some cool things that I've heard, and again, looking at our Instagram. So if you go on Instagram, follow us, Woody's Roundup Podcast. We would love to follow you as well. But I've been following a lot of different accounts. And some of which I love just to see the photography. I love to see what's going on, what's hip, what's new. And of course, I'm looking for Christmas everything, all things Christmas, Disney, and the like. But this year, like the Not So Scary Halloween party, there's those points of sort of presence. They're points of places where you can go, different places like, Tomorrowland, right outside their cafe, different Starlight, cafes have different treats. And so when you first walk into the park, you're going to get a mini sugar cookie. It's got pink sprinkles, and I just don't know why I'm not there right now. But the cookies are the thing that gravitates you around the park. And so I've heard great things about at Pinocchio's,
I love that little restaurant.
I know you do. It's your favorite. They hand out a well, I think they have a couple, but the main one is their Snickerdoodle. And then you can make your way around, and Frontierland does a peppermint cookie.
Oh my goodness.
And then, I may be getting them wrong as far as where they are, but
does it matter?
No.
It sounds magical.
There's a molasses cookie, like a ginger, snap. I think there's also, of course, the traditional chocolate chip. And then there's hot cocoa. And someone said in years before, they just gave you a cookie and a napkin. And then Disney soon found out, okay, hey, this isn't really the best way. It's a little out of code for us. We could be breaking some germ lines here. Let's go back to the drawing board. And so then a couple years go by, and then they give you now in a clear bag. And so everybody's like, oh, yay, thank you. I feel so much better about eating this cookie because I know nobody else has touched it. Whatever, I would eat it from anything. I'd eat it off the ground. I don't care. But now the new thing is the themed bag. It's got the logo, it's got Mickey and Minnie, and everybody thinks that history is now made because you can now collect these little tiny bags.
They'll be all over eBay.
They
Disney's
will.
so smart.
They are. And
hey, let's make a collector plastic bag.
well, and think about it as
I'm one of them, so I can't really complain.
Well, I mean, think about it. Like your kid goes back to school and you guys have been in Orlando and you've been to the party, and then all of a sudden you reach into your book bag and there are the trash. There's that trash from the party, and you go, oh, I'm going to put their sandwich in this little bag, and maybe it'll just help them have a more magical day. I don't know. I think about it like that. I think it's another little memento to put in your adventure book or into your scrapbook or something. And I just think Disney does it right. Again, they're doing apple cider this year. Great reviews on the cocoa, not so great reviews on the apple cider, because they're basically just saying it's warm apple juice, which makes sense. Disney does it for kids. Not all kids like cider. So I think they do this pretty smart. But again, Fanta stations. So I think you can grab some sodas while you're there, because it's not 40 degrees like it is here. Today was high of 28.
Yeah.
Freezing. So, again, hot cocoa when it's 90 degrees isn't the greatest, but they've had some milder days. So already though, sold out the 24th of this month. You can't go. The 22nd of December. So the last Very Merry Party sold out. I can only imagine what those nights are going to look like. I hope those of you that are going will reach out to us, will let us know how your party went. We're excited. We're hoping to have some upcoming guests, Woody.
Yes.
So,
and I have to credit Laura. She has been very active on Instagram, and we love connecting with people. We love connecting with people. So when we have people tell us they listen to the podcast, it really makes our day.
yes.
And when they follow on Instagram and they comment, and we just share kind of a Disney moment, because we actually have Disney friends that we've never met in real life.
That's right.
But we on Instagram or whatever always talk Disney with them, and it's just it's just that magic of that. So yes, we are going to have some guests because they've heard the podcast and they kind of reached out through social media, and we're really excited about it. We love it. Like, I love that people are semi-responding,
Yeah.
Is that a good way?
Oh, yeah. I mean, definitely. And people have even thanked us for making the decision in their household whether or not to buy Disney Plus or not. And that's just something really exciting, because our goal is never to be negative, really. Our goal is always to be something that can be of help. And then, of course, we just love to talk about
Disney.
And so, yeah, we want you to reach out. We certainly want you to follow us back, and we'll, of course, we'll follow you. Email us, text us, however that is easy for you. We'd love to hear from you, but we're excited about the upcoming guests that we're going to have. Anything else to say?
No, I'm good. Go watch The Mandalorian right now.
All right. Thanks, guys.